Hey.
Hey. Now we are at Guangzhou Baiyun Airport and headed to Yunnan, Lijiang, Yunnan. And we'll start our snow mountain climbing trip. I'm nervous. I don't think I'm that strong as climbing the mountain.
What have you been doing to prepare for the climb?
Eat as much as I can. And I think I sleep enough for last several days. Can I really do it?
I think so.
JaYoe!
Do we have enough equipment?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes. We have everything. We tried yesterday. Right? Really, I didn't run for last 6 weeks. Just eat. Nothing else. But I have my super with me. We're gonna do it. Let me film you.
So, as Annie said, we're on our way to Haba Mountain to start my training for Everest and Annie's training for life, I guess. I don't know. She doesn't need to climb Everest, but she still wants to climb the mountain. But see, I've got to carry that camera and this bag and that bag and the tripod as well to get that beautiful shot on top of the mountain. So, JaYoe.
JaYoe.
For the first stage of the trip to the mountain, we flew into Lijiang Airport from Guangzhou.
Welcome to Lijiang.
This was both Annie and I's first climbing experience. We were both unaware of what to expect and were full of a mixture of apprehension and excitement. Lijiang is located in the Yunnan Province, situated above Myanmar. The mountain we were set to climb is called Haba Mountain, also named Haba Snow Mountain, in the eastern part of the Hengduan mountain chain.
We will have a long day. Super long. 170 kilometers from Lijiang to Haba. Can he leave your bag there, right?
Yeah, it'll be alright.
So I'm his sister, you are my husband, so we don't need to pay the ticket. And now we will go with him and he will arrange everything for us. And he wish, because we don't have so many people for climbing the mountain now, so he would like us to make a video just for him. He's the most famous guide in Haba Mountain.
This guy.
More than 1,000 times to climbing to the top.
It takes about 3 hours to get from Lijiang to the base of the mountain, Haba village. From there, we were supposed to wait 3 days for some other climbers to arrive and acclimatize ourselves before summiting.
We're in Hao's office. We arrived. I don't know, I'm kind of scared and also excited.
Maybe from a long day and night of traveling, or being 2,700 meters above ground, but we all seemed somewhat comatose when we arrived at Haba village. We were all limited to mumbling conversations about who we were and where we were from, before making our way to our rooms and crashing out for the rest of the night.
Good morning.
Morning.
How do you feel?
I have a little headache. My head hurts.
I don't have headache, but I feel I have breath problem. Like cannot go all the way. 真的.
You need to start smoking. It'll make you feel better.
My heart is beating a little bit faster than before. I don't know because I'm too nervous or I'm too excited or I feel tired to breathe. If here I have problem to breathe, how come I'm going to there? JaYoe anyway. JaYoe!
As a test, to get our blood flowing and assess our climbing ability, our little guide Tsai Yuen took us on a hike in the hills behind the village. We were supposed to be hiking with another 2 climbers who were going to be the other half of our ascension team, but our hike didn't even start before we lost sight of them.
I'm proud of myself. Better than them.
It's not that I'm disappointed in those guys. How come they cannot even... We didn't even start.
The fat guy was crazy.
I mean, we didn't even start. I mean, that's not even trying, let alone doing your best, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of makes me a little angry, to be honest. Annie was wearing a red shirt. Not a good idea.
My shoes is red.
No, they're pink.
How's your morning going?
Okay. Went for a hike in the hills. Saw some cows. It was good. I had to wait for some people that were a little slow.
Who? 葛大爷 and 小白。小白要加油哦。
Returning to our hotel, we were able to get a feel for our accommodations by the light of day, and we decided to make a critical move.
What happened just now?
Well, sometimes the first choice isn't always the best choice. And let me paint you a picture, okay? We got here and we got placed in our hotel. It's not really a hotel. It's an old, abandoned elementary school. And by old and abandoned, I mean like apocalypse now, like after the bomb drops and everybody on the planet is dead, and we're the only place that's left. There's a little electricity. There's no internet. The TV sucks. The beds are very dirty.
That blood is not yours, right?
That blood is not mine. And the door's locked from the inside, and there's no key that they gave us, so we actually had to go from the other room and climb. Here, go ahead. Go look out the window, and I'll show you from there.
this window across. I had to climb on this ledge down here to get into our room, which was pretty exciting. Actually, it was pretty exciting, so that's not bad. Just to give you a final idea of what we got to experience when we were trying to take a nap was this. Okay, the wind was blowing through this door so that it made this. And then this. And then this. Romantic, right? So that pretty much made our decision to move hotels pretty easy. So we're on our way to a real place. Ready? I mean, it does look very comfortable, right? Oh, you know what? Just shoot the ceiling in our bedroom. Just go in there and take a picture of it. There you go. Way, way up. Yeah, yeah. Like
This.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice. That's beautiful. You know, this was it's like a song that kids sing, like Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water.
Let's go, I'm scared.
That's not paint.
Hallelujah.
And then, you know, just in case you feel like you want to run in terror, there's a nice metal gate that you have to walk through.
Be careful your head.
And then we get out into the beautiful courtyard. If you listen really close, you can hear the screams of the young children that used to play in here before it got. Actually, you know what? I don't think this fits the idea of a school. I think it's more like a home for insane people, right? Because a school wouldn't have like bathrooms in each room, right?
For teacher.
Right. Yeah, thanks for the ride. Want to play some basketball?
We decide go back to Ningbo.
So think about this story. We're staying in an old abandoned schoolhouse where the kids are no longer there. Where did they go? Who knows? Did they get eaten? Did they leave? Did the district move? I don't know. Maybe one of the boys murdered everybody else. So you have to leave. The door creaks, there's sounds and everything. But you know what? At least there's some really nice people in the village, right? Like this guy sharpening a blade for cutting. That's not scary. Makes you ask yourself again, where do those kids go? Need to get cleaned up. You know, chopping kids up takes a lot out of a saw.
So, what's the new story?
Well, you know, I feel bad because you always want to have integrity, right? You want to be honest with people, but we wanted first, really, we wanted a nicer, we took a walk, and then we were looking for a place to get a cold drink, and we came across this place. So we came in, and then I found out that they were a hotel, and a really nice one, clean inside. And they have pictures of climbers on the wall, so I was starting to think like they were rivals, you know, like they were competition with the people we were with. But whatever the case, competition or not, no competition, we wanted to have a place that was comfortable, you know, especially since we were going to stay here a couple more nights. So we asked to see the rooms. The rooms were really nice. So, and they had internet, which is amazing. So that was easy enough to make our decision just on that. We will climb with those guys, but we will stay here. So we came back, brought our stuff back, and then just started, the guy that runs this place and his husband and wife came by and started talking about what we were doing, who we were with, right? And then we told him that we were climbing in a couple of days, but we wish, because the weather was so nice, we were like, the weather was so beautiful today, we wish we could have climbed today. And he was like, oh, I could have taken you, right? So if they take a group up tomorrow, I would much rather go up tomorrow, because as far as we go, we need to get back to the Canton Fair and do business as soon as possible. And Annie needs to see her customer, Adriano. You know, really, you don't even need to make up a story. You can just say that your customer, Adriano, is at the Canton Fair. You have to get back to the Canton Fair.
Yeah, he will be there on 30th.
I mean, we just thought that we had to climb in 2 days. Now we know we can climb earlier, so let's do it. You know what I mean? So the dilemma right now is how do we tell those guys, because we did get 1 night stay, even it was shit, but it was 1 night, and they drove us here 2 hours. Granted, they were driving those other people too. They would have driven here anyways, so it was really not a big deal for them to take us. But I just we're trying to figure out how to tell them that we'd rather climb with these guys and pay for it than those guys for free. That says a lot about that team. The guy is nice. The guy's interesting. The old, not old guy, but you know, the climber. He's funny. Whatever they discount, let's give them the difference, because we're not going to do a video for them, so we should pay them something. So pay them what the transportation and 1 night at that hotel thing.
I told you I don't mind to pay them. They are poor, and I don't want to take free. I'm such a good woman.
You're a good PGDR.
Sure.
Okay, so.
I'm a good PGDR.
So with our new guides and a good night's rest at a clean hotel, we made our way from Haba Village up to base camp, where we were going to spend the night before climbing early the subsequent morning. I actually felt bad for our horses, forced to carry all our gear as well as us up the steep trails. But our guides almost ordered it, making sure we didn't overexert ourselves in the first stage of the climb. We get to come off these horses. He has to sit and still hang on to all our shit.
He's a boy. Right, boy? Our horse just fell down. That one. And your PGDR horse is going.
Yeah, he's like, let's get the hell out of here. Screw these people. How's it going?
Great. You're super.
We arrived at base camp around 3 p.m. to beautiful weather, and I was feeling that our decision to switch guides and ascend sooner was the right one to make.
Here we are.
No audio.
Here we are! We're right. This is Haba Mountain.
So we settled into base camp and received a quick climbing pep talk from our new lead guide, Madashuai. The early morning welcomed us to total darkness and an extreme headache. But we donned our gear and headed to the first stage of the climb, taking us up from the forest vegetation to the barren rock landscape of the mountain.
Leg is sore and I feel tired. He told me there's an hour will be difficult.
I couldn't help but envy Madashuai. Climbing is a lifestyle for him, and this climb was a walk in the park. Annie, on the other hand, was feeling the pain in her knees and a general exhaustion. But the bulldog she is, she never quit.
Well, we're at the, I guess this would be advanced base camp. This is just before we get to the summit. And, fuck, it's tired and cold. We're putting our crampons on and getting our gear kind of stashed away so we can go light as possible. But I don't even gotta take my big camera. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be too hard.
So we'll just take our iPhone.
Yeah. Alright, put it away. Cool your hands.
Well, I don't know what to say other than, wow. Annie is at the bottom. She's beyond that ridge. It's pretty amazing. That's the top. That's the destination. JaYoe.
Climbing a mountain is humbling, and climbing Haba was humbling for me and Annie. It's a different kind of stress and pain, one that you can't stop until you get to the top, but the summit makes up for all of it. Alright, so now that you're up here, was it worth it?
It's good.
You're awesome, AB. I am very surprised. I didn't think you were going to make it up that ledge.
It was really fucking difficult.
It was difficult for me. I can only imagine what it was like for you.
When you look out into the expanse of the world, revealed from a perch you climb to yourself, it's truly gratifying.
Thanks, Madashuai.
嗨，两位外国朋友非常厉害。
I'm proud of myself too.
Yeah, so am I.
It's the personification of the payoff of hard work. No matter how slow, you'll get to your destination. It just requires putting one foot in front of the other and not quitting.
Well, we have risen to 5,300 meters. 5,396 meters. Look at this. Woo!
Even our guide was impressed with the weather we had that day and allowed us to enjoy the peak for an extended period of time before starting the descent. This was a great first climb for me in particular. It was at a height that offered me a challenge, tested my body, and offered a variety of terrain to traverse. It also taught me about the importance of looking at the big picture and understanding that climbing a mountain requires going up, but also going down.
You know, most of the time, the climbing of the mountain is the big thing, right? The energy taken to get you up on top. But I'll tell you what, going down is a bitch. No trails, you just kind of bouncing around rock to rock, and your toenails are digging into your socks like crazy.
Annie and I both lost our big toenails on the descent part of this journey. But I'll tell you what, it was worth it. I came across this clip when I was editing the opening sequence of the video. It's talking about my situation when I recorded this chapter. It was just days after the birth of JaYoe, and literally a day before signing a contract to produce a year of the Ningbo-focused television show, which ended up leading into this, the JaYoe Travelogues. I found the clip interesting, and it sure was interesting to watch it at this period of time.
What is waiting for us back at Ningbo now is 1 year of really, really hard work.
1 year of everything.
There's so much that has to be done, and I'm worried that, one, we don't have time to do it all in a year. Two, that we can't find really good people to do it, to work with us, to make a team. Three, that I can't put the quality out that is expected. And four, just don't have enough time again. You have to do the brand, company, develop products under the new JaYoe thing. You got to design a whole new image, from websites to maps to everything. Have to plan the trip, the world trip. Have to also make sure that the world trip can also help the business. I have to do it better than I was going to do it before, right? I have to make sure that it's better, so that, because there's so many people now that believe that I'm not going to do this.
So what is our new brand name?
Well, our new brand is kind of a melding of Chinese culture and usage of a word that's very unique. So, in China, the word for go, it's like a very energetic word, like you can do it, you go, you do it, you're awesome, is JaYoe. And what it means is Ja is add, right? Mm-hmm. Yo is fuel, so add fuel to your life, JaYoe. But the problem is that JaYoe is spelled J-I-A-Y-O-U, JaYoe. and most Americans would pronounce that wrong. So because Rogue Life was taken, we had to choose another name, and I was on the plane, I think. I was flying around, and I was thinking, JaYoe is something that I say all the time. It's a Chinese phrase for an action that I've used every time I go. Every time somebody says that they're going to go do something amazing, every time somebody says they're going to try really hard, I say JaYoe, JaYoe. So we recreated the word JaYoe, and we're going to incorporate that as the new brand. So that'll be JaYoe Studio, JaYoe brand, the JaYoe adventure around the world. So, JaYoe.
JaYoe.